celebrating a fierce Arizona stroke survivor and living her best life into her 90s.
Okay, her two main motivators to stay active, her family and her Indiana Hoosiers. ABC 15's Jordan Bonke showing us how Carolyn can, and she is serving as such an inspiration, Jordan.
Such an inspiration. You know, if you've ever been to a sporting event, you've probably been perhaps a little intimidated by the time you reach the parking lot, for having to navigate all across that, going up the stairs, the large crowds. And when you're 90 years old, that can definitely be a major deterrent to make you say, you know what, I think I'm just going to stay at home and watch this game on television. Well, that's not the case for Carolyn anymore, because a little physical activity, because she is Hoosier tough. When Purdue took the court ahead of their national championship appearance versus UConn here in the Valley a few months back, Carolyn Kroger of Chandler was there in the building cheering for the Boilermakers, but with a smidge of reluctance.
I would say definitely I am a Hoosier.
She explained for an Indiana grad who spent 85 of her 90 years in the Hoosier state, cheering for the Boilermakers can at times be uncomfortable. But Carolyn is a mom before she's a fan, so when two of her three kids went to Purdue and they asked her to go to the biggest college basketball game of the year, the Indiana fan said,
I don't think I can climb all the way up to the rafters.
She says that because Carolyn isn't just 90 years old, she's also a stroke survivor battling scoliosis. So navigating big crowds at a sporting event is what folks like Carolyn would call a high-risk event for injury.
Well, the big mantra to anyone my age, do not fall.
So ahead of the game, Carolyn went hard in the paint at Vitality Sarco Health Clinic in Chandler. 1 hour, twice a week, with special attention on her balance and her lower body strength so she doesn't rely on a cane or a walker, which staff says isn't always easy when you're 90, but still possible.
They're just eroding this false paradigm that aging has to be bad because it doesn't have to be.
And if Carolyn worked that hard to watch her kids' Boilermakers, can you imagine the work she's putting in today as she plans to see her Hoosiers this fall in person at the Rose Bowl?
Everyone pushing and shoving, and
she'll be ready.
Oh, we would just yell, go IU.
All right, so hearing from health insiders on this, for those who are over 50 plus, that physical activity has benefits for days. Staying active can improve your mood, your sleep, reduce stress, anxiety, and help brain function with the growth of new blood vessels. And another mantra that we can reiterate from Karen herself is if you don't use it, you may lose it. Jordan Bonke reporting this morning, ABC 15, Arizona.